And the headline, Abuja-Kaduna Train Derails, Panic Among Passengers. ASU members protest FG loan scheme on paid salaries. Traders seek 20 billion compensation from Lagos government over losses. And on the foreign scene, French helicopter crew survived crash into lake. Hello, good evening and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Thank you so much for joining us. Now we'll begin with passengers train traveling from Abuja to Kaduna derailed on Tuesday morning, triggering panic among passengers and their loved ones. It was gathered that the incident occurred along the Kaduna corridor shortly after the train departed Abuja around 11 a.m. en route Kaduna. A passenger on board the train described the scene as chaotic, with people scrambling to safety in fear and confusion. It remained unclear what caused the derailment, as the public awaits official confirmation of injuries or casualties from the Nigerian Railway Corporation.
MTN is totally off.
Let me even check.
This is just crazy, honestly. This is my second train ride. I'm not.
Can you go with it?
People inside there. People they can't cool now. They can't cool. Then they come over here. Then they come over here.
Now, on a sad note, a 27-year-old woman, Aisha Mekudi Ibrahim, has reportedly died after her car reportedly somersaulted and fell into the Lagos Lagoon from the 3rd Melam Bridge. Family sources said Ms. Ibrahim, who lived in Bagada, was returning from an event in Ikoyi where she worked as a vendor when the crash occurred on Saturday, August 23, 2025. Her body was recovered between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Saturday, nearly half a day after the accident. The buried immediately according to Islamic rites. In a separate statement on Sunday, a relative, Ms. Oyewumi, described her late niece as a promising entrepreneur with high aspirations. Now, the Delta State Police Command says it has arrested 4 of its personnel seen in a viral video counting bundles of money in a patrol vehicle. The command's spokesperson, Bride Edafe, in a statement said the policeman in embarrassing video has been identified, arrested, and made to appear before the Commissioner of Police on Tuesday. He added that the 4 personnel, 2 of them senior officers, have been queried while the 2 inspectors have been detained and are awaiting an orderly room trial. The development followed public outrage that trailed the viral video showing the officers sitting in a police patrol van counting words of cash. Edafe had earlier assured Nigerians that the command will take appropriate disciplinary action against the officers. A police officer serving in Rivers State and 2 other youths have been nabbed and flogged for alleged use of hard drugs. The incident happened at Umpolo community in Obio Akpo local government area of the state. It was gathered that the following reports of high drug use and abuse in the area, youths of Umpolo community declared no drug abuse campaign in the area. Report says within the week, the youth leadership in the move to sanitize their community of drug use had arrested and disciplined many of the users caught in the act. Saturday, the youth stormed on one of the hideouts for drug users and arrested 3 people, including a police officer serving in the state. The police officer, who gave his name as Joshua Eyong, served in a division with Obio Akpor local government area, was flogged alongside other suspects.
Joshua who? Eyong. This he says he's from he works with which division? What division?
That's to say you're a police officer.
You're a police officer. Okay. My name is Comrade Onda Chamberlain. There's a campaign.
Audience now.
Audience. There's a campaign going on. There's a campaign going on in our community, headed by the youth of Mbolu, through the strength they gave me as vice president to say Operation No.
Now, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU Kashire chapter, on Tuesday staged a peaceful protest over the non-implementation of the Mahmoudi Ayele reports. This development comes just a week after the federal government assured Nigerians that it will not allow ASU to embark on any industrial action under its watch. Students, however, expressed concern that the lingering dispute may increase their financial burden, extend their graduation time, and subject them to further psychological stress. Hassan Koli completes this report.
Early Tuesday morning, lecturers converged at ASU Secretariat of the Federal University of Kashare before proceeding on a peaceful march around the campus.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
Their protest centered on the federal government's failure to implement recommendations from various committees set up to improve lecturers' welfare and strengthen university autonomy.
And we've realized government is just dribbling with our intelligence. We have series of demands ranging from our 2009 renegotiated agreements. Open committee was set up, starting from Babalaking, Munzali, coming down to Yayele. This present government said Yayele committee. Yayele did their own job, a very wonderful job, with the recommendations. This report was submitted since February 2025, and yet government is still dragging on the implementation of this renegotiated agreements. Failure to have anything positive from our members. What I said, we are going on industrial action, or whatever our neck will decide.
The lecturers argued that the federal government's neglect has worsened their social and economic well-being and negatively impacted the quality of education in tertiary institutions.
We have been always agitating for a better package, a better salary for the workers, the teachers, the lecturers in the university. This has made so many of our staff, our academic staff, not to be able to carry out their duties with accordance or in accordance to the way it is arranged. One, it is becoming difficult for lecturers to even come to school. Two, many of our colleagues had to devise means of getting more income to augment the poor salary that government is paying. So that is really affecting the outcome of the job. You can see that the lecturer is psychologically disturbed. He's not settled. Therefore, he cannot give his best. Therefore, we are calling for federal government to give this new package so that lecturers will not look for any other job beside this job that they are doing.
On their part, students appeal the government to urgently address ASU's concerns, stressing that unresolved dispute could prolong their stay in school and dampen the morale of prospective candidates.
It's going to affect our academy because you can see what happened in 2021 when we went on 8-month strike. By now, I think I should be a graduate from Federal University of Kashire, and if federal government should fail to meet their demand, then definitely worst thing is likely to happen. So I am urging the federal government on behalf of the other students that they should please meet the demand of the lecturer and that of ASU, so that we the students won't experience what we faced back then in 2021, and for those that are also coming up, so that they won't experience anything like strike again. We want a better future for ourselves.
Without them meeting the needs of the lecturers, they won't be around, they won't be available, to teach us. And then the years that we are supposed to have spent here to gain all those knowledge and graduate, we'll be wasting it, and then time will be wasted without us making the achievements at the right time. That can also lead to delay of destiny in our lives. You know, everybody has the way God has planned his things for them. So if we are delayed here to spend extra years, those years that we are supposed to have achieved something and be productive, we are still using it to study. So it's really going to affect us.
This marks the first protest by university lecturers under President Bola Tinubu's administration. Whether the federal government will implement the Mahmoud Yaele report and abort another round of industrial action remains to be seen.
Solidarity forever.
Hassan Lawan Koli, Trust TV News, Kwempe.
Now, the Academic Staff Union of Nigeria University, Federal University Gusau Branch, ASU, has joined their counterparts nationwide to stage a peaceful protest within the university against the federal government's failure to honor the 2009 agreements, warning that if it fails again, ASU will go on strike. The branch chairman of ASU, Abdurrahman Adamu, who led the peaceful protest, blamed the federal government for shifting its responsibility of funding Nigerian universities to TET fund and neglecting academic staff, which had subjected them to different forms of suffering. He disclosed that the federal government owes ASU 3.5 months' salaries when ASU went on strike in the year 2020. Adding that promotion arrears as well as 25 to 35 wage award arrears have also not been paid. The protesters started at the ASU Secretariat and went to the University State Senate building with placards with various inscriptions such as "Justice for ASU now or never," "Fund education," "Secure the future," "Pay us," "Honor agreements," among others. The Vice-Chancellor of the institution, Professor Abubakar Gusau, lamented that the university system is suffering and therefore wants the federal government and ASU to resolve their issues in the interest of the students.
Well, part of the issue is the condition of service for academic staff. If you look at it critically, Nigerian university lecturers are the least paid academic staff as far as Africa is concerned, and they keep promising okay, something will be done, and they don't even regard academics as anything. And that is why, if you look at it critically today in Nigerian universities, people are running from Nigeria to go to other countries to go and study, even Ghana or Cameroon here. Why? Why can't we do better than them? Because government has refused to finance or to fund education in Nigeria, and that is why things are not, working out the way they should.
So because of ASU, that's why we are seeing all the transformation in educational system in Nigeria, and ASU's struggle is the one that brought TET fund to the light of our society. Now, where we are today is that the system is suffering. Our staff cannot come to their workplace 30 days or 24 hours round the cycle. Why? Because of economic hardship. I think this one, really, the government needs to look at it so that the needful can be done.
Now, the Benue State House of Assembly has suspended former Speaker Ondona Dajo for 3 months over alleged attempt to impeach Governor Hyacinth Alia. The suspension of Dajo followed the motion moved on Tuesday by the lawmaker representing Kiang State constituency, Turner Shimawa, and seconded by James Omoru from Upper State constituency. Interestingly, Shimawa, who moved the motion, was one of those suspended last week, Friday, by Dajo before his resignation as Speaker. The Speaker, Alfred Bajer, who ruled on the motion, reviewed Dajo's suspension from 6 to 3 months without the usual votes on such matters. In a new twist, on Tuesday, the Assembly made a U-turn and confirmed the nomination of Timothy Yangen Oguga as Commissioner. Oguga, a law lecturer at the Benue State University, was rejected last week by the then Speaker, Dajo.
The motion came that people should be, the speaker should be suspended, and former speaker should be suspended, and the reasons were alleged seconded by someone, there was no counter motion. There was no vote in the process. There was no vote in the process. The speaker governed that the suspension should be just reducing from 6 months proposal to 3 months. So that's the procedure. That's the procedure. We don't have those proofs, but the person who moved the motion have the proofs, and the person who seconded also have the proofs. And the speaker has moved, and it is suspended. You recall that the speaker read the correspondence from the governor, and the governor acknowledges the fact that those candidates were rejected. It was our right to reject them, but the governor, in his letter, stated that the rejection was not rooted from any law to say that those people have been indicted previously by a court or maybe by a commission. And so he is interested to work with them because he believes they have the quality and capacity to help him in the areas he wants.
You're still watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. FCT rural roads worsen as residents cry out for help. There's some more when we return. To stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is News Update on Trust TV. In case you missed it, here's a recap of our top stories again. We told you that Abuja-Kaduna Train derails, sparks panic among passengers. And ASU members protest FG loan scheme and unpaid salaries. And now we'll move on to more stories. Traders at the popular Alaba-Raugo market in Lagos State are appealing to the government for compensation over huge losses following the demolition of the market. The exercise marks the second demolition in the 45-year history of the food, livestock and scrap metal market. Adamu Katagum, Waziri of Sarkin Alaba-Raugo and second in command to the market leadership, told Trust TV that over 3,000 shops and 40 mosques were destroyed, estimating traders' cumulative losses at more than 20 billion. Trust TV's Abbas Alibi reports.
In May 2024, officials of the Lagos State Task Force stormed Alaba-Raugo market, citing the need to clear shanties and illegal structures. The latest round of demolition, which began on Sunday, August 17, and lasts until Wednesday, August 20th, displaced thousands of traders from the market, first allocated to northern traders in 1979, who have since invested heavily in its development. According to Adamu Katagun, more than 3,000 shops and 40 mosques were affected. He said the traders were left stranded. Another victim, Muhammad Rabiu M. Masara, condemned what he described as unfair treatment despite the traders' decade-long contribution to the socio-economic growth of Lagos State.
Government is going to do what is called renovation without any notice, without any compensation. Government of Lagos State dominated our properties, scattering all whatever we have in the market without any order, without any excuse.
Several other traders also expressed grievances over the demolition, lamenting their losses and calling for urgent government intervention.
I depend on. This is where I make my living. This is where I train children for school. I pay children's school fees. This is where we eat. Look at it. Without providing for alternative, and you demolish our place, like, where do you want us to go? At least, even if you want to renovate, do it gradually. When you do one part, you do the other one. By the time you do one side, you tell us, okay, shift to this place. We'll not shift to this place.
Property here, we pay to the government. Are you getting me? Whatever you want to do, you have to liaise with people that own property here. This is what you want to do. This is, the plans we have at hand. I'm saying personally, I am not against you developing. I am an Igbo man. I come here to look for my daily bread. I am not fighting the government, neither will I attack the government. Are you getting me? But what I am against, why not we do things as if we are wise?
As for now, the Lagos State government has yet to issue an official statement regarding the demolition of one of the busiest and most populous markets in the state. Abbas Ibrahim Alibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
Now, the persistent rainfall has worsened the condition of rural roads in the FCT, disrupting socio-economic activities and agricultural productivity. Many of these roads, which are unturned and without proper drainage system, became impassable during the rainy season, causing crop losses and increasing transportation costs. Farmers, in particular, are forced to rely on motorcycles or pay higher transport fares, which directly reduces their income. In this report, Trust TV's Noel Sampson visits some rural communities in Abaji Area Council to assess the situation and its impact on residents.
Reports that rural road being in the FCT are deplorable without proof would undermine professional journalism. To provide evidence, Trust TV visited Abaji Area Council, the farthest from the city center, covering about 992 square kilometers. From there, we proceeded to the rural communities such as Pandegi, Baku, and Rimba, located about 20 kilometers from the council secretariat. Our vehicle could not gain full access to these communities due to the poor state of the roads. Even bigger vehicles with drivers familiar with the terrain struggled to pass. We also observed old dilapidated school structures in these villages, though our main focus remained on how the bad roads affect residents' livelihoods and incomes.
Actually, there are a lot of farmers from Pandagi and Nanda community and also Pandagi Bako there. We are the largest producer. Are you getting me? Yes. But how to bring out our farm crops is a problem to us, in which we need a help.
The road is affecting us seriously, most especially this rainy season period. Sometimes the water will full everywhere, cover even some things that they even planted. The flood will just pack everything and go. We needed water because this one is, before we do anything, we have to come to the river, and the water is not even good for drinking. We see the water we are even drinking is even bad, but we didn't have any option. But what we are looking on to government to assist us.
Actually, it affects everyone around here. As you can see, there's many villages inside here. We have a Bagi, Mamagi people across river. They are coming through this way. All of us are farmers here. But to export our things out is a problem. As you can see, the road, this is the smallest part you are seeing here. If you go further, in fact, your stomach will pain you. I'm telling you. It's very hard to transport things from inside there out to Abaji. Before you get to Abaji, some people will left home early in the morning, 5 o'clock. But to get to Abaji market, to be more than 11 or 12 before they get to Abaji, due to the situation of the road.
This road is dilapidated. There are potholes and it is muddy. The bridge on Abaji Road is on the verge of collapse due to flooding. Bachiwa Road has the same problem. There are lots of challenges on these roads. From these communities, Trust TV visited the Abaji Local Government Secretariat, where the Council Secretary, Agaba Audu Nuku, spoke on the challenges and appealed for both state and federal government intervention.
If you know Abaji Area Council, we start from Abaji here, we have 3 wards. We have another ward and Nuku axis. Then from Agana, Rimba, Ibagi, and Adu. It's one of the areas. But after the Riverine area, you have to go through Gau, which the road terrain is not encouraging at all. And to the candidates, those living around these areas, it's not easy for them. There is a place we call Pandagi Babu. Your car cannot go there. You will drive to some extent, you have to stop. And there are people living there. And even to survive, it's not an easy thing. Common ground engine they don't have. They have to take bike to Abaji or Agana to ground before going back home. My appeal is that if the federal government, all the states, can do their own best to help the chairman to extend those projects to those areas, at least roads. One of the most impressing issues are roads and water.
Bad roads in Nigeria contribute to huge economic losses. In 2022 alone, Poor road infrastructure costs the country an estimated 1 trillion naira annually due to longer travel times, higher vehicle operating costs, and inefficiencies in the transport sector. Farmers also suffer post-harvest losses as they struggle to get produce to markets, worsening food insecurity. Additionally, poor road conditions are linked to a 1.6% decline in GDP, increased maintenance costs, and a higher risk of fatal accidents. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And on the foreign scene, a French helicopter crew has survived after the aircraft they were traveling in crashed into lake while trying to collect water to fight wildfires. An eyewitness filmed the helicopter descending on the body of water carrying a vessel for collecting water before appearing to lose control and ending up in the lake in the Rose-Podden, northwestern France. According to a statement from the local municipality, the pilot, the officer aboard the helicopter, and a witness were taken to local hospital with no fatalities reported. In a statement on social media, Mayor of Rose-Podden, Michel Luswan, said authorities had taken measures to contain the risks of pollution in the lake.
I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away for all those you back home. I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away.
And with that, we have come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to watch and catch us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs, and documentaries. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Thanks for watching.